We needed something to formalize this effort because we were starting to throw money. I mean, real money, not small money. So we had to make a decision. So we formalized it, and it's really just, we threw a name out there. We didn't really made to order. It's like, okay, that's kind of what we're doing. Out of the blue, June the 10th. I won't forget it. I'm out somewhere with my wife and some friends, and my phone goes off, and one of my guys, Jason, he said, "Call me now." And I just said, "No, I ain't calling you." And he said, "Now," in 4 letters, SEMA. And I was like, oh, so I walked out. We were at Cavalier. I walked out of there. I said, "What's up?" And then he told me, he said, the guy that Transtar had just pulled out, and they're hat in hand wanting to see if we can throw something together. And we've got a handful of decent cars, but the only real candidate we had was my son's car. And I said, "Jake, we're going to take your car." And when I told him what was happening, he said, "Hell yeah, let's go. Do it, Pop." So we dialed in on that one and called him back and said, we're going to need a lot of help. I mean, June the 10th, we'll be lucky to get most of what we need by the end of July. And of course, we had Jacob's car was killer color. So of course he had to change it. It's like, what are you doing, guys? That color is awesome. Oh no, can't go with that. So, color swaps and the color change is a big deal in any car. It don't matter what year and make it is.
MTO does custom cars and boats. I've been building custom cars for about 12 years. So the first thing we did with the car was took it outside, put it on the rotisserie, and sandblasted the whole car to find out that it needed a quarter panel and it needed a floor. So we epoxy primed it. So after we sanded it, we came back and put a spray coat of polyester primer on it, blocked the whole car with that, then came back and any of the body work that we found that we needed to do, we did the body work. That took us a couple weeks to do that. Then we came back and we 2K primed the whole car. Then everybody got a sanding block again and blocked the whole car again. Then we 2K primed the car again and blocked the whole car again. And then it was ready for paint. So on the under side of the car, after we welded all the panels in for the new floor and the IRS suspension, we seam sealed all the joints where we welded for water penetration. And then after we seam sealed everything, the whole bottom of the car got bed liner sprayed on it. So then when we were ready to paint the car, we sealed the car light gray first because of the color of the car. And then we went ahead with the, I guess you would call it seafoam green color for the car. So basically we put 4 coats of paint on it, base coat, and you gotta wait in between each coat 15 to 20 minutes for it to flash off. So basically, when I was going to school to learn auto body and paint, Transtar is the primer and the clear coat that we used at school. So I learned on that when I was at school and got a job at a body shop when I was like 17, and we used Transtar there too. I've used it a couple times, then a couple more people kept calling me, and I really liked the results of it. So I just started using all Transtar stuff. The price comparison, the color match, and everything is just better than the competitor. Clear coat just lays out slicker than some of the other clears I've sprayed. Sands easier, polishes up really nice, and the clear just doesn't scratch after it's polished. Like if you get a light rub on it or something, it doesn't scuff up as bad as some of the other clear coats I've used.
The first time I did a Transtar paint, it was something different. The paint's really hard, to where a person who washes their car all the time, you can't scratch the paint up. So that's what made me really intrigued by the type of paint that it was. I was very impressed with the hardness because we do in ceramic coatings. And this is really harder than a ceramic coating. So I used a rotary to get rid of the wet sanding marks. Then after the rotary, we went to the DA compound. And after the compound, then we polished. And that's what gave you the glass finish that Transtar has. It's a really good clear coat.
So we were approached by MTO Fabrication. They decided to do a project with Transtar, and they came to us for the powertrain. We spec'd out a combination with our LS3 head with a 2650 Kong blower and trying to make 1,000 horsepower capable and rock with it. We used a LS block with our, like I said, LS3 castings, our design. And it's a 400 plus CFM head, very good street build cylinder head. With the Kong 2650 blower, this thing has a range, it's capable of making north of 1,200 horsepower, depending on, boost and things of that nature. But our plan is to make it very drivable, put a soft tune in it, but if we want to get aggressive with it, we can light the coals to it.
I generally do mostly electrical and some fabricating and stuff. To be able to do it is just keep everything organized, tag all the wires as you're pulling them around. Just basically, because if you get stuff mixed up, then it's quite a backwards process to get them right again. Well, being on the deadline and all, it is definitely stressful. There's been a lot of long, late nights and little sleep for the past couple of weeks, but got to get it done. And as far as what's in the car electrically, we've added power windows to it. Then we're putting LED tail lights, sequential tail lights in it too, so it'll light up as a circle when the either brake lights or turn signals go on. The front headlights will be LED headlights with actually RGB halos in them that you can change from your phone, the color, and then the same thing with actually the dash, all the instrument cluster in there. It's actually, you can go and change all the settings from the Bluetooth on your phone, change the color of it and everything.
No, I've just really enjoyed building the car for SEMA, and hopefully we can do another one next year and have a little bit more time to blow it out of the water a little better.